Did you know you have the power to transform your health and your life? After years of suffering with undiagnosed autoimmune symptoms, I found myself on an endless loop of expensive supplements, broken promises, and drive-through meals. I was a busy working mom struggling with chronic pain. I could no longer keep up with life until I decided to take my health into my own hands. I discovered the healing power of whole foods and incorporated a healthy lifestyle that is simple, affordable, and maintainable even when life gets busy. With easy, whole food meal prep, meal planning, and wellness strategies, I healed my autoimmune symptoms, regained my energy, and lost 30 pounds along the way. I discovered I had the power to change my life, and I know you have that power too. Whether you're looking to reduce inflammation, lose weight, or optimize your health, this is it. Get ready to discover the vibrant life you deserve with the Prepared for Wellness podcast. I'm Ashley Cavolo, and I can't wait to join you on this journey. Hi you guys, happy Friday. I usually don't air episodes on Fridays, but I wanted to jump on. I know it has been a little while. I have missed talking with you all, and I'm so happy to be back. I will get into where I have been and all of that in a minute and explain how it has inspired my aspirations for 2023. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas and New Year. It was crazy for us, as it is for everybody, but it's such a special time with our two little girls. We spent a lot of time together as a family, running the kids to hockey practices and games, play dates, family get-togethers, and in the midst of all of that, year-end at my full-time job was insanity. And then I caught the flu. So life just hit us all at once, and I suddenly found myself in need of a break. I was exhausted. So I took a brief break from the podcast until we got back into the normal swing of things. So here we are. And even though my heart and soul wanted to record the podcast, I also had my program outlined and ready to record and launch in December, but it was all put on hold. Forcing myself to rest was really an eye-opening moment for me because I usually just push through, as I know most of us do. And it really got me thinking about what is important and what hasn't been supporting my health and happiness and what I really want this year to look like. So the vision I came up with for the year ahead includes a few simple areas of focus. And the first one is organization. And this is in all areas of life, no matter how busy we are. And this means sticking with our morning and evening routines, which I'll talk about in an upcoming episode, as well as meal planning. And then less stress. I'm putting a major focus on pinpointing and eliminating key stressors in life. I think we can all agree we are happier and healthier when there is less stress in our lives. So that's a no-brainer. And then a continued focus on health and happiness. And when I say happiness, I'm talking about simple happiness. So this means incorporating things that make my heart and soul happy, like hiking, spending time with friends and family, and just following my healthy meal planning, prepping, and workout routines, because they really do work for me and they make me feel healthy and alive every day. And then more time for family and friends. We are busier than ever these days, and I know this really requires a conscious effort to make time for friends and family, so I'm really going to try and put a focus on that this year. And then growing this podcast. I have so many amazing topics to cover, and I'm also really excited to connect with all of you and the world to get some more inspiration. And the funny thing is, all of this vision is exactly what I strived for last year. And we really did make great progress on all of these topics. I discovered a strategic plan that keeps our family and household organized, a meal planning schedule for painless weeknight dinners, a health and fitness plan that supports my mind and body, and a podcast that is now a part of my life and brings me a lot of happiness. So we are only in the 4th month of this podcast, but it has already taught me so many things. I have found that I'm capable of things I never even considered, and completely pulled me out of my comfort zone, brought me to the realization that the world is full of so many opportunities. And I think if we all can just trust ourselves and realize what really feeds our soul and just take a chance. I didn't start a podcast to talk about myself, so this episode is not what I usually will do, but I think it's important to reflect, and it's great to have a typical New Year's resolution like losing weight or getting your finances in check, but I think it's just as or even more important to dig a little deeper than that. We forget to stop and really look at maybe that one thing that's causing stress in our lives. Maybe it's a habit that's hurting our health or our finances, or something that is missing that would leave you feeling more fulfilled at the end of this year. So I encourage you to think about all of this, even if you have already made your resolutions, or maybe you have 1 or 2 resolutions. It can't hurt to have a few more, and you might be surprised by what you find if you do dig a little bit deeper. Okay, so I'm sure you are sick of me rambling. I did want to talk about the podcast for just a second. I do have a plan for the podcast in 2023, and I now know that my life will be taken over by hockey from September through March, now that both the girls are playing. So they have separate practices and game schedules, and will be playing out of town as well. And I've learned my lesson in 2022. I now know to plan ahead for the busy season. There is a thing called batching in the podcast world where you can record your episodes and schedule them into the future, which is brilliant, and I plan to take advantage of this trick. So that was a lesson I'm grateful to have learned. And in addition, we are still in the midst of hockey season for another month and a half. So I think I'm going to scale back to 1 episode per week for now, and we'll sprinkle in some bonus episodes just until hockey season winds down. So new episodes will air on Thursdays just for now, and then once life starts to settle down, I will get back to the 2nd episode per week if it makes sense at that time. If you really have a strong opinion about this, I'm willing to hear you out. Just send me an email or a DM and we'll talk about it. So I'm sure you can tell by now, 2022 has taught me so many things, and I couldn't be more grateful. I'm not sure where 2023 will take us, but I do know I'm grateful that you all will be joining me, and I thank you so much for sticking with me through 2022.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope this episode helped you in your health journey, and just maybe you learned something new. If you loved this episode, please leave a review. When you do, you are helping this podcast reach others around the world. Visit my website, preparedforwellness.com, to view my coaching offers, free recipes, and so much more. Don't forget to grab your free gift while you're there. Follow me on Instagram at Prepared for Wellness and join my VIP Facebook group, Prepared for Wellness Community. Don't miss out on the fun and special announcements.